there, everybody. This is Magnum Pi. I'm here with Teku Golgotha, the Hylo and Dark Templar, and we are Initiative Zero. And this is Rifts, the Devouring Swarm, yet again, as we continue to see what happens to our adventurers as they encounter the Mechanoids, one of the earliest villains that was invented by Kevin Simbita, the maker of Palladium Books, author of a number of different games, particularly this one, Rifts. If you haven't heard of Rifts before, you should really go check it out. It's still in print, with new content still being published. It uses a old school adaptation of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons that's been modified over the decades, and it's it's an everything and the kitchen sink kind of game. You can do all sorts of stuff in here. If you haven't caught our earlier episodes, you can check us out on our channel. And yeah, but we're going to get back into this after our traditional weather report. Gentlemen, how's the weather?
A little bit of snow, but it's melting, so not too bad.
You guys have
a little bit bipolar. It's like, I mean, morning you're sitting there, it's cold, icy, frozen, and then kind of by the afternoon it's nice and, I mean, warm-ish.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, we get.
So it's like it's those days where you wear a coat and like heavier boots to work, and then you leave and you don't bring them home because you don't think, you don't need them outside, and then the next morning you're thinking, where's my coat and boots?
So
I saw a motorcycle today, like on the road and everything.
Cool.
It's warming up out here.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's kind of messy though, like with the melt and the thaw and the freeze and the ice and the cars flipped over in ditches and jackknifed.
Oh yeah,
semis.
we've had a whole bunch of water mains rupture and all that good stuff, and that's not really out of the norm. But
Golgotha, is your car in a ditch? Do you need a tow?
Shut up.
I love that quick response.
There's a story to this, but we're not going to say it. But one day, maybe. But yeah, fuck you.
There we go.
But also thank you again.
With love.
So okay, I'll tell it really quick. Okay, so he lived in the town I lived in, and we were working at the same place. I was ribbing him because he bought a truck. I think, for Christ's sakes, we live in this isn't like wilderness. You don't need a truck. Why do you need a truck? Then we had this really ugly snowstorm, and my car got stuck in the back alley near my garage, and I couldn't get it out. So I'm like, hey, that truck of yours, do you think it could pull my Ford Focus out of the snow? And he's never let me hear the end of it.
Every time.
As it turns out to be useful.
December 7th, 2014.
Of course, yeah, you got the picture of it.
Yeah. So for those of us keeping track, Golgotha now has reported owning a Ford Focus and some sort of a Saturn.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
I had my parents' land yachts before, but when I bought it from them, but
Complete with anchor. Yeah.
pretty much it should have been like it was a solid vehicle, but Jesus, starting to fall apart on the road.
I'm sure it was very economical.
No, not on gas, but
on anything.
yeah.
All right.
I just like that it's that time of year here where enough of the snow has melted that we get to find all the treasures that were buried in the snowbank. Driving, I think it was like 3-4 days ago, I saw the complete, like a full axle just partially sticking out of a melting snowbank. And I was like, how do you continue driving not realizing you've lost this? Like, I'm pretty sure this is pretty mission critical for any vehicle on the road. What the fuck?
Well, stranger things have happened.
It's like the times when you see a single shoe in a lost and found bin.
Yeah, where's the other fucking shoe, dude?
That's the story.
Who left with one shoe?
Well, as long as there wasn't a foot in it, and as I recall, when we last...
Oh, it's Europe, though.
That was a good...
Yeah, that was
a good transition.
Yeah,
good
nice.
for you.
Yeah, well, it's not my first rodeo, guys. But, when we last left, you guys were kind of split. Both Sir Luke and Senate had gone into the woods to follow the trail that... of the survivors of this attack. There were a number of vehicles that were attacked. And there was enough to be salvaged by Gotri. So Gotri and Portland stayed back, but they found a little probe thing in the woods They kind of spied that there, and then they heard things moving in the woods. Yeah, but Sir Luke and Senate, you guys happened upon a scene where 4 men, kind of like wilderness men, dressed with, not very well kept or anything like that, but they're in their mid to late 20s, and they had been assailing a bunch of DBs. There's a pile of dead ones over by a tree. Another guy is tied to a tree, beaten into unconsciousness, possibly dead, and then they had pinned a female DB up against another tree and were threatening her with a knife. And that's when they heard you, and you guys were moving in. So we will start. I think we need to move into a sort of measured bit of time here. So I'll get all 4 of you to roll initiative, and then I'll just kind of turn us into 2 groups and jump back and forth between the 2 groups. So if you will click your token and roll your initiative, that would be awesome.
Boo!
Oh,
Boo!
yeah, no. I win the
say.
foot race to violence.
Boo! Nah.
Get in line.
Nah.
I was just thinking, chalk me up to go last, but I mean, rolling a 17.
Wow.
Look at me.
Wow, Sir Luke, how the mighty have fallen.
Well, there was a box. I'm sure there was a box.
+4.
Now, do you get a bonus to your initiative with your Zen combat there, Sir Luke?
Oh, wait a second. Yes, because I would.
Because they are
let's
using
look.
technology.
They
Whichever
are using technology.
one you're targeting. Don't forget, right?
Yes, of course.
Why do you have to take this from me?
Well, I'm not
Why
going
must you
to.
hurt
It's not that
yourself?
good of a
It's
bonus.
going to be that much. It's not that good of a bonus. It's decent, but it's not going to get me.
This
okay,
is probably the only time Gotri is going to win on initiative. I think we should let it stand.
All right.
Just let me have the one thing.
For one to bonus.
Portland, what's going on over there? You rolled double digits on initiative. Is that allowed?
Yep.
Yeah, +3 on initiative, so it's a 14. So 14.04.
No, 0.07.
Oh, sorry, 7.
You already have a +4, so that would give you that. All right, so you guys are pretty well spread apart, but that means we're just going to start with Senate and Sir Luke, and then we'll jump over to Gotri and Portland. And I'm just going to roll for these guys real quick.
Don't ruin my fun.
There we go. So you just, luckily for you, because they're using tech, Sir Luke, you just squeaked out ahead of them. All right. So, Senate, what would you like to do?
Something
So
mean.
there's 4 in total.
Yeah.
Right.
And 3 of them have heavy ion blasters pointed in your direction. The other one still has the knife that was being used to threaten the woman. The 2 that were holding the woman to the tree have let go of her to pull their ion blasters, and the one that was standing beside the guy with the knife has his ion blaster pulled as well.
Oh. Well, I'm approaching at speed, murderous intent plainly visible in my eyes, saying, "You're going to want to stand down." And then I'm going to use electrokinesis and just turn off everything, because that's funny.
Okay, cool. So you can turn off 12 devices. Each one of them have 3 that are, I mean, they have multiple electronic devices. But
Well,
we'll just,
again, prioritizing weapons.
Yeah. I don't know if you can identify the device by its electricity, but you have eyes, so we'll let you do that. So yeah, so they each have an energy rifle, an energy pistol, which is an ion blaster that they have drawn or still holstered, depending on which ones, as well as a vibro knife. So you turn those off. Cool.
Well, can you let them keep the vibro knives on?
Can you conjugate knives?
Shut up. I'm drinking. I slurred a little bit.
All right.
I'm drinking. I lost sight of the V.
All right.
All right.
Sir Luke, what would you like to do?
I'm going to run at them with my and as I'm doing so, turn on my cyber sword, so they think it's rather intimidating to have a 360-pound 6'9" man running at you hard.
Psi swords.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, this is the guy here that has the knife drawn.
Yeah, and I'm going after him.
Okay, so you're running at him. Sorry, I picked the wrong one there. Okay, so he is the guy that has the knife drawn, which is assailant 1. So that's the guy you're running at, and you activate both of your both side swords, so one in each hand. And you can do that instantaneously. So, yeah, you can attack on the same move, unless you would prefer not to.
Actually, can I change that? So he's just got a knife, right?
That's right.
So can I change I'll have one as a sword. I'll use that to parry if I need to. But I'm going to use a knife. I'm going to turn one into a knife instead of a sword.
Okay, so it takes time to adjust the shape of your weapons, right? Okay. You have a default kind of beam, and then you have worked to kind of mold them into a particular form, which I'm assuming mimics your Atlantean swords, right? And then you can create two. But if you want to rework the shape, that actually takes concentration and time.
Okay, well, maybe what I'll do
Same
is
if you want to rework the color, right? That also takes.
Maybe what I'll do instead of doing that, I'll keep the swords, but I'll disarm them.
Okay.
Use my swords to disarm them.
Cool. You're going to go for the disarm. All right. So, disarm attack is, where are we here?
Disarm, high roll on attack, 19 to 20 on defense.
So, yeah, you are just using a strike. Typically, an opponent is disarmed on a roll of natural 19 on a 20. Yeah, high roll wins. So, yeah, he could try to block your disarm attempt. So, yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I get a +3 modifier, right?
You just click the disarm there and...
Yep, and then, but also because it's, I'm using my Zen combat, it would be +3, right?
I think that's only on strike rolls.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Roll a disarming strike to attack as usual. No, as usual. So you get the bonus.
Okay, let me try that again. Boom. 3. Submit. Defensive disarm? I don't think so. This is more of an offensive disarm, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. Wow, he's not going to parry that very easily. And his penalties from your Zen combat?
Yeah, let's take a look. It is abilities. All right, so penalties. Meanwhile, the gun-toting or tech-laden opponent engages a -3 to dodge and loses 2 actions.
Okay, so he's only -3 dodge, so he's trying to parry. And he does not. You have disarmed him. So that just gets, tossed to the wayside. It's not like it's in your hand or in his hand. He'd have to spend an action to try to pick it up again, but of course that's not wise. So...
Yeah, and I've got the other sword kind of at his throat.
Yeah. Okay. So you, and he loses 2 attacks. Okay. Fun. He will
Do anything stupid.
So I'm going to say his action is going to be essentially, because you say you're pointing the other sword at his throat, so it's going to be a dodge away from you to the woman, right? To kind of grab the woman. So use her as a shield. So anytime, just to clarify for our listeners, anytime a character dodges, it's not that they are necessarily just standing there and just moving to the side or something like that. A dodge is considered to be a sort of movement of the character in some fashion, whether that's dropping to the ground or moving behind something or whatever. It's a very quick move. It's a move that's nearby, right? It can't be like you ran across the room as a dodge. But he was just threatening this woman, so he's going to be kind of dodge to her, right? To use her as cover, sort of thing. And I'm going to set the dodge, and then, and he's -2 attacks, you said, as well as, what's his penalty? Is it a penalty to dodge?
Uh, I've got an automatic dodge is +4.
No, for your Zen combat, the penalty to him.
Yeah. Yes, -3 to dodge.
-3. There we go. So that's his dodge roll. If you are going to attack him, right, you would have to hit, you would have to get higher than that. But that uses up his attack there.
Okay, well, I see what he's doing, so I'm at least going to try to prevent them from doing that.
Well, on your next attack.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the other guys see you moving toward him. He has dodged. They go to open up and shoot at you, and nothing happens because they pull the triggers of their guns that have been turned off, which is always frustrating. Classic Senate move. And we jump to Gotri and Portland. Gotri, what's going on?
Well, we just disabled this thing.
That was never. Yeah, you had. I mean, then you heard something moving in the woods, like twigs snapping. You can see foliage rustling.
Yeah, and if I recall last time, did I go pick up my wrench?
You had the wrench. You guys moved.
Salvage?
You picked up a weapon, and because you had thrown something into the woods, and it went clunk and hit something. But you picked up another one of your tools, and you had moved closer to your robot. But we had found that there wouldn't be enough time for you to get into your robot. So, what would you like to do? There is something moving out there. And remember, we consider this situation to be kind of like you're not in a safe place. You got out to try to salvage those tires, which means you brought your weaponry with you, right? Like, so you have a gun nearby in case a bear came or something like that, right? So it's not that you left yourself completely unarmed while you were out there. And Portland is already invisible.
Yeah, so I think if I recall from last time we played, I was getting my rifle and trying to take cover behind my robot.
Yeah. You're getting behind the leg of your robot. All right.
I'm pulling out the rifle if I have enough.
Yeah.
And I'm pointing it to wherever I heard that noise.
All right. Sounds good. And yeah, Portland.
So the direction they're coming in is towards us through the forest, right?
It's actually moving. It's kind of moving parallel to you, right, or 90 degrees to you, I guess. So
it's coming.
Yeah, if you were facing east, it's
us?
moving. If you're facing east or west, it's moving north, right?
So they're moving away from us?
Kind of, but not directly away from you, right? It's not moving. If you're facing east, it's not moving further east away from you. It's moving north, so it's kind of moving in a 90-degree. It's ahead of you, but moving to the left, let's say.
They're not pursuing us.
No, it's not coming at you. But it seems to be starting to move rather quickly through the woods.
Quickly through the woods. Okay. What I'm going to do, I am going to. I can't see it. It's in the woods. Can I kind of see where it's heading towards?
Oh, sure. Yeah, for sure. You can see like the
So
foliage is rustling, like small things are getting pushed down. Whatever it is, it's moving through the underbrush pretty quick. And
So I'm going to make a rock stone. I'm going to launch it ahead of, like, kind of headed off kind of situation. So wherever I think it's going to be going, I'm going to try to like aim in front of it. Now, like, so that as it approaches my rock, it's going to make a connection.
yeah, so you're going to try to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. So, you're going to you cast the spell, and then
Cast the spell.
yeah, you get to add your physical prowess bonus, which I believe is +3 to the strike roll. Because your physical prowess is what, like a 19 or something like that? 18 or 19? It's pretty high.
Physical prowess 21.
21. So yeah, you get a +3. And then you also get a +2 from the spell. So +5. So if you roll a d20 +5, that is the strike roll. However, it's moving. And so it's, you're penalized with a -1.
So
Total
d20 minus +4.
+4, yeah.
+14.
14. All right. And let me just see here. Oh yeah, it is aware. Okay. So it's aware of the attack, so it can actually dodge. So and it does dodge. So you see it roll. It's almost like it changed direction on a dime and rolled further away from you. So it was heading north, and on it, like, to avoid where the rock was going to hit, it immediately went east.
Towards us. Because we were east.
It went away from you.
So west.
It went east. East is away from you. If you're facing east, east would be away from you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought we were east. Okay. Never mind. Okay. So we see it move direction.
Yeah.
And after I see it move direction, I'm going to holler back at Gotri and be like, "Did you see that? It moved on a dime. I can throw that thing pretty fast."
Did I see it?
You see kind of where it's moving around in the trees, right? You have enough to be able to target it. Yeah.
But did you also see how fast it moved? I mean, that's why I'm trying to have a dialogue.
Yeah, you can respond to him if you. Gotri can respond.
I don't know. It was too fast.
Okay.
Just stick it.
I tried. It was able to dodge that.
Okay, so I'm going to let Gotri take his next action, and then we'll move to the other two, back to the other two, after Gotland and Portrait take one more action.
So I'm assuming it's moving too fast for me to aim at anything.
You could take aim. You could also call a shot if you like. So taking aim will give you another +2 on an aimed shot, right? If you want to, that'll take an action to aim, and if you want to do a called shot, then that might negate some of the movement penalty here, just because you're kind of anticipating the direction it's moving. I'm going to say that the foliage, because it's rustling so much, you can kind of see where it is. It's not giving it much cover, but you can't actually see it itself.
Okay, yeah, like I'll just shoot at kind of the foliage of where I think it is.
Okay, you don't want to take aim or anything like that? Just give it a shot?
Yeah, I'm just going to shoot.
Okay, cool. So you're just at a -1 penalty because it is moving. And actually, it's -2 because it also just took evasive action. So.
Okay. I'm using my pulse rifle with the 3-shot pulse.
Okay, 3-shot pulse, -2 penalty. All right, there you go. And a 7, unfortunately, is going to miss it, but that means that you have blasted a nice heavy swath of, some trees are falling over and the like, and it kind of clears up some of the underbrush there, and what you see is just the top of this thing here. Except it doesn't have all of these extensions and antenna. It just looks like a giant sphere. It's about, well, not giant, but it's about 4 feet tall, so it's a little bit bigger than Gotri. And it seems to just be rolling of its own ability.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and Portland, anything you want to do?
Is it too far away from me to cast Carve of Adhesion so that I can stick it to the ground as rolling?
What's your range?
30 plus 10 feet per level, so 90 feet.
90 feet? Let's see.
That I can cast it up to.
Is it 90 feet away? Yeah, it's within range.
So I'm going to cast it so
Okay.
that I can stick it to the ground.
Cool. All right. And I'm going to give it a save versus magic.
Save is special.
Yeah. So it's stuck down for 2d6 rounds.
Yep. Oh.
Ooh,
Oh
good
my
for
God.
you. 11
He's
rounds.
there forever.
Yeah.
Never mind, he's there for a while.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Jumping back to Senate.
Okay, so the mega damage weapons are largely disarmed. One of these assailants has stepped behind the DB woman.
Yeah,
girl.
I'm just going to give him a note here. He's got the red dot.
Okay. And 2 are still flanking. What's the 4th one doing?
He was the one that was standing beside the guy that's now behind the DB girl, so he's kind of in front. So if I'm going to arrange these guys, I'll do it this way. Right? These 2 are on either side. This guy is still in the front here.
Okay.
And the DB woman is in front of him.
How far away is assailant 2 and 4?
They're kind of right beside him.
Okay.
Yeah, they might be maybe 5 feet away on either side.
And the other 3 are just kind of in a line with the girl.
That's assailant 3 and 4. They're on either side of assailant 1. Assailant 2, the assailant 1 and assailant 2 were close enough for assailant 1 to threaten the woman with a knife, right? So they're all very close together.
Is this represent is assailant 8, 1, and 4 in a line?
I have 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, I'm
So-
too zoomed out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
1,
they're
3,
they're
4
essentially
in a line?
beside each other. Yeah, they're within this guy, and this guy are about 5 feet apart, and same with these 2 are about 5 feet apart.
So in that case, I've already told
And
them
Sir
to
Luke,
stand down.
by the way, Sir Luke he had charged into about here, right?
Okay. So I've already told them to stand down. They've decided to do none of that. So it's probably time for a demonstration of why we should do the things we're told to do by the very upset psychic, which is like the very hungry caterpillar, but marginally more homicidal. Let's go for... You know what? Let's go for pyrokinesis.
All right.
I've not seen you do that before.
So what are you going to do with your pyrokinesis?
Let's try create flame, and I think we're going to shoot for a wall of flame, because that's about 6 feet long.
What about the woman, though?
Because it's in a line, it should go from assailant 1 to assailant 4. And given that
you typically can't create fire on people, though.
But I can create it between them.
That's true, but he's really close to her.
Which is why I'm not using a pillar, because that seems really dangerous.
Yeah, the wall has some width to it, right?
Like, why don't you do the wall between the three of them and then me and the other guy?
To isolate you and the other guy?
Yeah, just so that, I mean...
I'd rather you have access to them when you finish with the other guy.
Well, I could just walk through it.
Yeah, but again, that's not something you should make a habit of.
No, but it looks cool.
Yeah, but it's not something you should make a habit of. So, okay, if I can't drop it immediately upon their persons, or beside their persons, or around their persons.
Yeah, you could...
Assailant 1 has the knife?
This guy right here had the knife. It's now been dropped.
Okay. You know what? Assailant 1 presumably was the dick out of the balls in this arrangement, if I can steal some lines from Snatch. I'm going to turn off his brain, I think.
Okay.
Drop him to the floor then.
Save versus psionics. And he does.
Oh, wow. Okay, then. And again, still approaching.
Yep.
Saying, your weapons are useless. You're going to want to surrender.
Okay, and that's when you would have had the moment to concentrate to then try to shut him off, but no. Okay. So, Sir Luke?
Okay, I'm going to do what I can to stop him from doing something stupid. So I'm going to... so what would I roll? Would it just be a strike with my my cutlass?
Your psi sword?
Or my psi sword.
You would roll to strike. What are you trying to do? Sorry. You're just trying to,
I'm trying to
hit him, or you're trying to hit this guy?
Well, I'm trying to prevent him from going behind the woman.
Basically, he already got that. He's already there, right? He used his dodge to move.
Oh,
to move
he's already
behind.
there.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but he has no weapon.
He has no weapon drawn. He still has a holstered gun and a rifle over his shoulder and another knife, which would be a vibro knife, in his boot. You have no idea that Senate has turned any of his weapons off.
Okay, well, that's a bit of an issue. Well, can I grab him and like throw him?
You could try to, you can try to get past the woman and grab him for sure.
So can I yell at the woman, drop down?
Okay, you yell to her, drop down. Okay, and you move in on him.
Yep.
And you're trying to
grab him, throw him up against a tree or something like that.
Okay, do you have body block or anything like that?
Oh, I have many things, I think. All right, so what do I got? Where would my body block be? Oh, I don't have body block. I thought I would.
I think you do. You just have. You're not looking down far enough.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay, body block. Sure, I'm gonna body block.
Okay, cool.
And I get a +3 to there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was weird.
All right, that's an 8 to strike, which means You'll do 23 damage to him, but if he weren't in armor, and you'll knock him down if he doesn't get out of the way. And so he's going to try to get out of the way.
Yeah, he does. At least he's away from her.
That's correct. And he totally
He
does.
most certainly does. Because a 20. What a shock.
Yeah, he pushes her out of the way, and you basically, and he dives in the other direction. You basically prevent yourself from running into the tree behind him. Assailant 2, he drops his gun and draws his knife, and tries to turn it on, and it doesn't turn on. Assailant 3 does the same. Assailant 4 sees the opportunity and grabs the woman. So I'm going to do this and points the gun at her. Basically, he's got her kind of around the throat with the gun to her head and says, "Back off or she's gone."
What kind of gun is this?
This is the ion blaster.
Oh, the same one I turned off?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm optimistic.
All right. It is your turn, Senate. And we'll give this one more go, and then we'll jump back to the other two.
I'm going to draw a sword and approach the guy, assailant number 4, directly and say, "Let her go now."
Okay, so you're going to try to get past this guy here then?
Yep.
Okay, you're running at him. Cool. All right, Sir Luke.
Okay, same thing. I'm going to hit him with my sword. Oh, but he's holding onto the woman, isn't he?
This guy over here is now holding onto the woman. The guy that you
a
tried to body block pushed her aside. These two guys are pretty well squared off against you. These two squared off against Senate.
Oh, well, I guess I'll deal with the people in front of me. You could deal with those guys. That work for you?
You just got to act.
I'm
You
not
got 3
engaging
seconds.
I'm not engaging in conversation.
Yeah. I'm just
Time.
okay. I'm gonna punch the one guy in the face that right across from me.
Okay.
This guy.
So aiming for the head.
Yeah.
Okay. So so that's going to require you to make a called shot. So that will use up your first attack here. It's two attacks to make a called shot. And so you'll be at -3 to strike his head on your next attack. This guy here, who had dodged last time, he is going to he's the guy that you're trying to target his head, so he's going to draw his vibro knife and turn it on to realize that it doesn't work. This guy beside you, Sir Luke, this guy here beside Senate says, "They turned off our weapons." And he's going to, seeing that Senate has moved in on his friend with the girl, he's going to make a break for it and run that way back toward Portland, where Portland and Gotri are, but he makes a break for it running.
Oh, that guy's dead.
Nah, he's doing well.
No, he's gonna die.
He's the smartest out of all of them so far.
Yeah, 3 says to 1, "Let's just get out of here. I don't need to take on a Cybernite with nothing." And he bends over and picks up his pistol. Assailant 4 shoves the girl toward Senate. Whoa. Shoves the girl toward Senate and grabs his weapon, he still has his weapon, so he just begins to run. and we'll jump back to Gotri and Portland. Gotri, what are you doing?
Well, I see this thing is mechanical. This thing that we were shooting at in the
Yeah, it's
bush there.
it looks like a matte metal sphere, just rolling through the rolling of its own ability.
So can I use my telemechanic mental operation to shut it down?
You can try, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Rolling for telemechanics.
The power does not work on artificially intelligent machines. Sorry. Your telemechanic mental operation does not work on artificially intelligent machines.
Okay.
Whereas this thing here, it worked on, that means it's not artificially intelligent.
Right.
But this thing is. And Portland.
All right. So, do I see these other figures in view that are running towards me yet? I'm just curious.
Oh, not even. No, he literally just started moving. So it'll take quite some time before he would even get within earshot.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, I am going to slowly approach this this thing I got stuck to the ground. I'm still going to remain invisible.
Yep.
And I'm going to try to keep as close to the Gotri and his oh my gosh, why am I blanking on these words? His
Robot.
God, why am I blanking? So that just for cover in case it can see me and is going to attack me.
Okay, so just to approach, you have to move toward, which means you have to move away from where Gotri is, and Gotri is kind of using the leg of the robot as cover. So you're going to have to move away from his robot to approach it.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. I'll move away from it and approach it.
Okay.
I'll move away from it.
Yeah. Sure. You also have another stone that gets conjured in your hand.
Yeah, I'll pre-conjure one then.
Yeah, it's already there. Yeah, cool. And yeah, you move close. How far do you want to be from it?
I would say I'm just gonna look at this thing here. Probably get within like, where is it? It's 200 feet.
Okay, cool. 200 feet it is. And because it's stuck to the ground, you see this bottom stalk does not extend, but these side stalks do. And this this kind of top stalk, as well as an antenna, extend from its body.
Okay.
Gotri.
I want to shoot it again then.
Okay.
Or try to shoot it.
It is stationary, and yeah, so you're not at any penalties.
Okay, I'm going to use the 3-shot pulse.
Okay. Oh, nice. So that
Bang,
is,
bang.
Oh,
yeah, you give it a good blast, and yeah, definitely that laser peels off some of the outer armor of this thing as it starts to open up a little bit like that. Portland.
So I see this blast happen,
Yeah.
right? And do I see it react and remove somehow? Like, does it do anything different after it's been blasted?
It's still opening up. It's still extending those sides and the top and the antenna.
Okay, still extending. I'm gonna launch my rock at it then.
Okay.
And it's still extending. It's still trying to do what it needs to do here, or what it's trying to do here, I guess. It will actually. You know what? If I cast a magic net on that, would it still be able to extend?
Yeah, because you can still move around inside the magic net. So.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Then, yeah, I will send my rock towards it. And I can't move. So do I just hit it or no?
No, you still rolled a strike. I mean, you could miss a thing that's stationary by throwing something, so you get a +5 to strike.
So-
You're just not at any penalties. It's not moving. Cool. You'll hit.
15.
Yeah, and that's 2d6 damage.
That's 1d6,
Or something.
yeah.
What is...
1d6 plus 1 per level. So that's 10.
Cool.
Mega damage.
Yeah. Yeah, you impact it. There's a nice big dent into it now. And, you hear it lock in, and that top little stalk turns, and it's looking right at you, right? The two little black... I'll zoom it in a little bit here for everybody to be able to see it. But it has kind of little eyes on it, those two little black spots. And yeah, it zooms in, it turns to look, and it looks directly at you, Portland. And yeah,
Okay.
Gotrick.
I gotta shoot it again.
All right.
I think they got a lot of damage.
Oh, did I do the single?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
shit, I
you'll,
need to do the
you need to
triple.
just give me a re-roll, and I'll keep that attack roll, but just
Okay.
give me the... Yeah, so 27 more. Yeah. And last attack there, Portland.
Okay. I am going to chuck another stone at this thing.
Okay.
D20.
That will
That
hit.
hits.
Give me a d6. So
That's a 9.
All right.
Wait, did Gotri miss? No, he didn't miss.
No,
27.
he hit. Yeah,
No.
and
That's 30 mega damage plus whatever we just did earlier.
Yeah,
And
19,
another 30.
19 earlier.
Another, so, yeah, about 59 damage. Mega damage.
yep. And yeah, with that, you guys hear something approach quickly, and you see moving through the bush these sorts of things that you spied before there, Gotrick. I'm just going to move him out of the way.
Oh, shit.
Both moving in. And back to Senate.
Okay, so we've got two of them running away. The girl stumbling toward me, who I'm probably not going to stab with a sword. It just seems rude.
Mm-hmm.
They've collected their weapons and appear to be on the move.
Yep.
I don't hear anything by way of these, what's happening with the other group, right?
No, they're off in the distance there.
Okay. And I'll look to the other two and say, they had the right idea. You might want to follow suit. And can I step in and take a swipe at Assailant 1?
Yep, you can move right in there and take a swing at him for sure. All right, that will hit. He has no attacks left, so he's going to try to do a parry, but he has no bonuses from his parry because he's trying to get on the inside of your arm there. No dice. You hit him for 11 points of mega damage. All right, as you come clear across the chest plate of his armor. Yeah, Assailant 3 now with gun in hand. Sir Lucas, go next.
I get my... So I'm going to power punch him, augmented power punch.
Okay. Well, a power punch is now another it's a two attack move. So, but you're already using this attack you were using 2 attacks to aim for his head. So you would have to then take another attack if you wanted to power punch. So
Okay.
I would suggest just punching him, because it's not like you're not going to do damage up the wazoo with your strength, right?
Fine, I'll just punch him. It's not as much fun, though. All right. So just a straight punch.
All right, we got to pick which roll we're taking here.
Yeah,
I think
what happened there?
it rolled
I only
twice, so
rolled
we'll
one.
take the first one, right? That's a critical, because you rolled an 18, 19, or 20. And which is critical for you, which is great. He has a -3 to parry because he's now your target. He does have technological stuff, and he does not parry, and so you do.
Carries into the punch.
Yeah, you do double damage, so you do 50 points of damage to him, to his head, and
He has a helmet, right?
no.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Okay,
and so yeah, I'm going to. That's a huge amount of damage. I'm going to say there's a
Helmet.
chance that
The helmet.
he he's got some. No, okay. So you have basically broken his face. Like you punched him. His nose is now flat and to the side. Blood is gushing out, and you probably also knocked out the front 2 teeth. You hit him hard, and he is staggered back. His hands are on his face, just going, oh, right, spitting blood, coughing, right, things like that. His friend looks over at what you did. He has no more actions, so he's just stunned, because he had originally lost 2 actions because he was your original target.
Mhm.
But so that puts us back to the other 2
I'm
are
not gonna
running.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he had a helmet on.
Yeah, the
That's
other
why I was
2.
gonna do the power punch.
No, God, could you imagine if that would have happened?
Oh, that was the trauma.
Okay, so this guy here is going to now. Assailant 3 gets to act. I'm going to say he just loses an attack from that onslaught. That was just brutal. Back to you there, Senate.
So, sorry, Assailant 1 is not run. Oh, he's out of actions, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's pinned against a tree pretty much, right? He went behind the woman that was at the tree, so.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Your cowardice was your undoing.
All right, you'll hit him again. He's going to try to parry without the bonuses. Trying to defend, but no, so he takes another 13 on the armor. All right, and he's just like, let us go, Sir Luke.
I'll just yell at them and say, "Run!"
Okay.
You're being a lot nicer about this than I am, because I'm pretty sure the other people said let us go at some point or another.
Well, I'm sure they did, and I'm not happy about the situation. But
All right. Assailant 2 is running away still. Assailant 3 is clutching his face with his hand, staggering back, turns and runs, kind of staggering to one side, another, bounces off a tree in the forest. Blood still, you can see the trail of blood as he's, clutching what's left of his nose, and he begins to, he's not moving at full speed, that's for sure. And Assailant 4 continues to run into the woods. Back to you, Senate.
So Assailant 3 doesn't have a helmet. Assailant 1 does?
Nope, none of them have helmets.
yeah,
Oh, none of them have helmets.
See, I thought they had helmets.
Collection of poor choices they're made of.
Again, they're wearing huntsman armor, which is not environmental, right?
Yeah, but doesn't Huntsman have a helmet?
Oh, it has like a skull cap kind of helmet. You know, like kind of like
Well, clearly
as
I
much
don't know what
as much of a helmet as you know, they would have like in World War One, right? Like it's not a full face mask helmet.
Well, now we know.
Okay. Yeah, no. By way of responding to him screaming, "Let us go," I will outwardly say, I'm pretty sure they, all the dead and dying people, begged for the same thing.
All right. He'll try to parry again and does not. 10 more off his armor. Sir Luke.
I'm going to turn to. I think Semit's got this guy under control. The guy who's been tied up. I'm going to make my way to him to see if I can help him.
Okay, and in your last 3 actions, you make your way over there. He's unconscious, but you can start undoing the rope.
Mm-hmm. And while I'm doing that, I'm asking the woman, what happened?
Okay, you're yelling back at the woman while you're undoing the rope. What happened?
Yep.
Okay, Senate, we're just going to jump to the next round here, giving you an option. What will you do? Give you initiative, same initiative. You and assailant 1.
Oh, we're out of moves? Okay.
Yeah, new round.
Yeah, we'll throw another slash at him and scream again. You're going to want to go now.
Okay, now that he has
it'll do you.
Now that he has actions again, he's going to try to dodge this. That is moving away from the tree. And he does not. So 13 more points off his armor. His armor is now in shreds. Basically, you've removed the chest plate of his armor, essentially.
Well, now he knows what it is to be vulnerable.
Yeah. So he did move from the dodge. You just managed to clip him. And he's going to run. You can pursue if you want, or you can let him go.
I don't know that I'm exactly done yet.
Okay. What would you like to do? Your attack.
So, assailants...
These
2,
guys
3, and 4 are running.
This guy's running back toward where these guys are.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I might just do the old Force Lightning to finish out Assailant 1. Because, frankly, I don't appreciate the sort of behavior he was demonstrating.
Okay. Now, don't forget your alignment.
Sorry, for reference, because I would have seen this DB, what does she visually appear to be? Like a DB, yes, but is she reptilian or dragon-like in nature?
She's not, no, I wouldn't say she's reptilian. She's got, she looks more like a female version of the species that Darth Maul would be, whatever that is there. Not with all of the tattooed face and the like, but with a crown of small horns. And, you know, I'd say her skin is probably like a purplish color.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at the old alignment. Yeah, I mean, he's out in the woods anyway. He'll probably be dead.
Number 6, right? Will attempt to bring the villain to justice alive and ruin him rather than simply kill him. You can still make your choices, but that is what your alignment is.
Yeah, okay. Fair. I will again attempt to paralyze him.
Okay. And he will not save.
This guy.
So he is paralyzed.
Okay.
And he drops to the ground. All right. The other man that you undo the rope of there, Sir Luke, is unconscious. Yep. He'll slump forward. You'll have to hold him up.
Yeah, I'll hold him. I'll let him down easy.
Right. And, the woman is basically throwing herself at Senate, saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will jump back to the other 2. So, Gotri and Portland. There you are. You see these other two things kind of moving in off in the like they're moving again quickly, but they're moving toward you. They are kind of behind the sphere that is stuck to the ground, and they are floating above the ground. They're hovering, moving in closer. They look to be a little bit better armed than the sphere. So if you guys could, I'm just going to switch us now to round 2 here. Senate and Sir Luke and Gotri and Portland, if you guys could give me some initiative rolls, please.
Us too?
Yep, everybody. I know how many attacks you guys have already used up.
There's the roll that I was expecting. I was going to say, if I kept rolling double digits, we'd have
There
to
we
change
are.
the name from initiative 0.
I don't get a +3 anymore because I'm not fighting anything.
I would say they didn't even have functional technology when you were fighting them, so.
Yeah, so.
Sorry, do we need another initiative roll?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. And Senate and Sir Luke, you guys are now going to be after everybody here. Cool. And I'll roll for Assailant 2 because he's still running too. All right. And yeah. So we've got these things all moving in. This guy I'm going to say is stuck here. The skimmers are coming up. And it's still looking directly at Portland. And Skimmer 1 kind of swoops around it, easily avoiding the carpet of adhesion, swooping in toward Portland. And that is where we're going to call this particular episode. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm Magnum Pi. I'm here with Teku, Golgotha, Vahilo, and Dark Templar. And we are Initiative 0.